should single people give dating advice?
No, they're not qualified. I don't care how much a scientist reads a book, it doesn't make him a professor. He can't go to college and say, hey, I'm about to teach because no, you're not qualified. You have to have the experience. And this is something that only God can give an individual. When it comes to loving a woman, the ups and downs, the left, the right, the falling apart, the getting back together, the mental breakdowns, the coming back together in peace, love, and divine understanding. Only a person that's been through something real can speak on that. You have to be qualified. Qualified, and this is the word I need you guys to understand. Qualified. If a man is speaking on relationships and he's not married to a woman, he knows nothing about marriage life, he has no business speaking on relationships at all.
Strong statement right there. Strong statement right there. And I think that when we had the conversation, that's where Tony Gaskin stood last time we had the convo. Go ahead. I want you to drop.
Now, before we get into Cooley's rebuttal, I just want to say that I actually agree. I agree. I don't agree with certain arguments that he made, but I agree with his overall point. I don't believe that single people should be given marriage advice. And I don't think that you can give good marriage advice if you've never been married. Now, does that mean that do the rules change when a person is single versus married? I can say, you know what I mean? Maybe, but I just believe that certain things you do have to experience. I don't necessarily think that God has to be involved in a marriage for you to have good, valuable advice on marriage. But I do think that God does play an active role in it. So let's hear what Cooley got to say.
Drop that poll in the chat, by the way, too.
Absolutely. I'm sorry, Paul. We should have been dropping polls this whole time.
Tripping.
But go ahead. Cooley, what's your thoughts on that, man? Should single men be able to give dating advice?
Yeah, what he just said was he spoke from feelings. He actually didn't think about what he just said. So let's just extrapolate this out. Can an unmarried person give dating advice? Sure, they can give dating advice. Why not? Right? Then he says some things. He says, well...
And he's right. To a certain extent, he's right. Because if you can give advice. It's just whether it's qualified advice, whether it's valuable advice. So, I mean, on a baseline level, he's right too.
How can you can't give dating advice if you're not married because you don't have the experience? So let me ask you a question. If someone that's been in a relationship, a long-term relationship, and it's a good one, that man protects and provides for his woman, that woman follows his lead, it's a great relationship that they have. They have 20 years together, but they just never signed that paper, right? Never signed that paper. Versus someone that just got married for a year. They only been dating for 6 months prior to, and they got married. Who do you think is more qualified to give dating advice? Who do you think is more qualified to give dating advice? The newlywed or the person with all of the experience?
The person.
I wish that they would qualify or specify the difference between dating and marriage, because I 100% think that the rules change when you're talking about dating versus marriage. Dating is just dating. You know what I mean? Marriage is an actual commitment where actual work has to be done. So, I mean, I just wish they would specify that.
With all the experience.
Okay, so what you just said was a logical fallacy. It is a lie. Let me finish again.
See, this is feminine traits again. He asked me a question. As soon as I start to answer the question, he cut me off in mid-sentence.
Most people have no idea how to plan a date that builds connection with 100 engaging dating cards, skip the small talk, and get straight to the real conversation. Let's take the dating game to the next level. Click the link in the description and use
mid-sentence.
You answered it though.
Please control your emotions. You're leading men.
Listen,
you're leading men.
I asked you
men
a question.
watch you. Control your emotions.
And you answered it. It's still my turn to give a
bro. You
rebuttal.
asked me a question, and then you cut me off in mid-sentence.
You just said yes. The more qualified person.
Hey, family, I want to show you again. This is a boy trapped in a grown man's body.
This dude is 5'2", talking about someone
and here we go again.
And
here we go again. And here we go again.
saying that.
And here we go again.
Midget Matt over
Here
here.
we go
All right,
again.
here we go, fellas. Let's get back to it. Let's get back to it.
Can I finish answering the question, please?
Yeah, let me get y'all's context behind that.
This guy
What was your
got his
context?
suit from a daycare.
Matter of fact, no. Matter of fact, go ahead.
Anytime it devolves into ad hominems, I'm telling you, it's just the conversation is over with. Oh boy. This time it was Cooley's fault. He said, "You said."
Brother, you got it.
Okay, cool. So what I
Females
was expounding on. So what I was expounding on.
Females first is wild.
That question itself makes no sense. That question itself makes no sense. Well, the answer would be, like I said, yeah, sure, someone that's unmarried can give dating advice. He said they can't give dating advice. Then I just checked his logic, right? And then he said, oh, well, if they have enough experience but they're not married, they can give dating advice. So which one is it?
Again, is he finished? Can you ask this man if he's finished?
I'm finished now.
Are you
kinda
done?
contradicted yourself.
Are you
Which
done?
one is it?
Are you done? Are you done?
Yes.
You got it, Yada.
You sure? Thank you so much. Family, he asked a question. He said, who's more qualified? I said, the one with experience. But one needs to have the experience of God. Marriage opens up who a person truly is. If a man is afraid to write a contract with a woman, he has no business being with a woman. So why would this man try to give relationship advice? Because majority of people are dating for marriage. No one says I'm dating to shack up. No one says I'm dating to have babies by a bunch of people and not marry them or lead them or guide them.
This is my problem with a lot of these dating gurus. A lot of these guys, you guys are out of touch, man. You're out of touch. Because that is 100% what people do. There are people, believe it or not, who their goal is to have a kid. If the family comes, then the family comes. So, I mean, what you're saying is just wrong. It's 100% wrong.
Or protect them or show them the divine covering of God. And again, I say, God said, the Bible says, when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing. Not a man that finds a woman to shack up with. Not a man that finds someone just to sleep around with. Not a man that gets women pregnant after pregnancy after pregnancy. No, we have to understand that a real marriage releases divine understanding that comes directly from God. This is something different. And this is why this man cannot comprehend it. He's coming from a textbook level, and this is spiritual. Marriage is spiritual. It has nothing to do with any form of textbooks.
Then why do you have more than one woman? Why do you have one woman? Why do you have women outside of your wife? Make that make sense.
So if it's spiritual, why you sign a contract?
Again,
Gotcha.
Jesus said, can I answer?
spiritual, why
May
you
I
sign a contract?
answer? Jesus said, give to God what's God and give to the mayors what's
Has
the mayors.
nothing to do with the government.
That is such a stupid argument. Look, Cooley asked a valid question. If it's about them, if it's about spiritual, then why do you need to sign the contract? That's a valid point, okay? This guy's response, give to the Lord, God was God's, and give to the mayor was mayor's. No, that's stupid. That's stupid. Look, I don't have an answer for you or why you would do that. I look at marriage as a business too. So I think that there is a business aspect in marriage. I don't believe that marriage should just be based solely off of love. You have people that you're coming together to create a family. Back in the day, that meant something. So I'm just saying, like, these it's trash.
Give to the mayors what's the mayors. Give to God what's God's. What are you
Marriage isn't the mayor's. That's a stupid argument. That's what I'm talking about. It's dumb.
talking about, brother? See, this is the devil showing again.
With the government incentivizing the woman to leave.
Brother. Okay, brother. Okay, I guess the mayor's not, the governor's not. This is not politics, man. You got it, brother. You got it. You got it, brother. And this is why we cannot take advice from men like this. This man is completely toxic.
So I think it's toxic.
Unbelievable.
We got 50-50 right now in the poll. We got close to 800 people voted on the poll, guys. Go ahead and send your votes in. Should single people give dating advice? You look at that. It's literally 50-50 right now.
It is literally 50-50. But here's the thing, Yada. I'm going to add a different layer of complexity to this, because a lot of people may have issue with certain married men who try to give dating advice. Right. You know, one of the more popular, we hear the Derrick Jackson story.
Right.
Now I'm gonna just say this. I'll just say this before we get back into this. This is my position, right? I don't believe single people should be giving married people marriage advice. I also don't believe that married people should be giving single people dating advice. I don't believe that married men should be telling men how to run the streets. You're not out here. And the rules change. The rules change when you marry too, because you see it. Women love married men. Women are attracted to married men for some reason. Sometimes just knowing that a man is married is enough to boost his level from a 4 to a 7. I'm just being hyperbolic. But guys, let's just be for real, man. This is exhausting. It's exhausting listening to this clown.
Where he was saying one thing and then a whole other story unfolded in that situation.
For sure.
So if certain married men may not be qualified and single men are not qualified, who is qualified to actually give relationship advice?
Are you talking about from a man's standpoint or female standpoint?
Is it a difference?
Or overall?
Well, how about this? I'm saying overall, but if there's a difference, you can nuance it and tell us the difference.
Well, I'm just going to speak to the men, because this is, brothers, this is vital. A lot of us have not even seen our mothers properly loved or properly taken care of. So if you want to know if you should follow a man's teachings when it comes to advice, look at that man's woman, and then look at that man's children. How does the woman behave on social media, off social media? How do the children behave? Like I told you last time I was here, my son is only 5 years old, but when they tested him at a 4th grade level, highly intellectual, because his mother is a reflection of me and my children are a reflection of the mother. And God is my divine covering. So when it comes to relationships, look at the man, hear him, look at the woman and see if things match up, and then look at the children. Because what did it say? The fruits in the labor, it's in the fruit, in the spirit. Just look, test the spirit by the spirit. Isn't that what the book says? Test the spirit by the spirit. So it's not just.
Oh man. Ooh, boy, I'm telling you, black women, y'all gonna keep listening to these dating gurus, and man, y'all gonna be lonely forever. Y'all gonna be lonely forever. Man, y'all keep listening to these red pill gurus. Y'all are gonna be lonely forever too. Guys, I'm telling you, modern dating is doomed. The modern dating pool is doomed. Doomed.